Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. Let's get on today's video session. Yeah! How'd you like my rock and roll music as always? Welcome back to my video session once again. So we are continuing with Panasonic 3DO game. As I promised from yesterday, if you watched my previous Panasonic 3DO video, we are going to be talking about sales today. Yeah, sales. So basically, this is all about the sales today. Yeah, so today's session is all about sales and something really is pretty exciting about this because like it was said that like one of the earliest games console ever made was from Atari. I don't know about that, but I don't think so. It probably was because if you ever heard a thing called um, color TV game, that I've never heard of it myself, to be honest. Never heard of it. That's made by Nintendo. And you know what? That was like made back in 1977, which is pretty old, I have to say. Yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty old system. It might be one of the oldest games console I ever heard of. Color TV game. Yeah, we know it's more the television's got the word TV in there. What a easy to find out what's it actually made for. So it was released in back in 1977. So what we're doing from this video, right? We are going from the lowest sales up to Panasonic 3DO. How many games console sold even less than Panasonic 3DO? Panasonic 3DO is not the only system that sold in low in sales, but there's been more systems even worse than this. Alright? A lot worse. So, how much approximately sales did Panasonic 3DO get? What I'm going to be telling you today, it's higher than all the sales, the previous systems we're talking about. So the Panasonic 3DO managed 3 million sales. 3 million worldwide. Alright? Maybe it doesn't sound a lot, but that's how much you got. Panasonic 3DO, 32-bit multiplayer gaming system sold 3 million. Yeah. So let's check this out and let's see what we make out of this today. And I hope you guys will enjoy my video today. And we will have a more insider that there was more worse selling machines than even the Panasonic 3DO. Right. A lot of people won't actually talk about this one. Okay, they won't actually talk about this machine at all. They won't tell you anything about its sales. Nothing. By far, this is the lowest selling games console I can think of. Very low. Terrible sales. Okay, Atari Jaguar, right? Um, Atari Jaguar, made by Atari, released in, let me get this right, 1994. Okay, how much did it sell? 125,000 only. What the heck? That is absolutely rubbish sales. 125,000 only sales, man. Nobody actually wanted to think. That is absolutely terrible. I'll tell you something. So what's worse than Panasonic 3DO? We're gonna go all the way up. So Panasonic 3DO was 3 million sales worldwide. Far better than this one, I'll tell you that. I think Panasonic 3D was a much better system than Atari Jaguar anyway. Atari Jaguar was just awful. So yeah, under 25,000 for that. Okay. Next up, we got color TV game. Okay. I think we shouldn't put them in there right now. Let's go to the next one. In television. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm saying the wrong orders. I'm absolutely sorry. Okay, let's start off. So Atari Jaguar under 25,000 only. Okay, Atari 5200. Okay, made by Atari. 1982, 1 million sales. Okay. Next one is Telstar. Okay. Made by Colco. 1978, 1 million. These are all Highland Jaguar, aren't they? Check this out. These are really old machines as well. Philips CDI. Okay. Made by Philips. Of course. 1990, 1 million sales. Okay. Atari Lynx. Ooh, you're ready to hear this one. Okay, Atari Lynx. Atari Lynx is made by Atari, of course. 1989, 1 million sales. All right. This is a really weird one. Magnavox. What is that? Never heard of it. I don't know what the heck that is. Magnavox Odyssey, right? It's made by two companies, Magnavox and Philips. It's pretty old. 1978, 2 million sales. Now it's going to be up, isn't it? Okay, check it out. A lot of people have heard of this one. Coleco Vision. Okay, made by Coleco. 1982, 2 million sales. Okay, I've heard about that. It had like a kind of weird design in this, kind of like a joystick kind of game controller, innit? I've seen them, never actually played one. Dandy. Dandy. What the heck is that? It's made by Stapler and Microgenius. 1992. Oh, in terms of Sega Mega Drive. 2 million sales for that one as well. NES Classic Edition. You know what that is? That was the NES mini console that Nintendo released. Okay? So, of course, it's made by Nintendo. 2016. 2.3 million sales. Okay, check it out. Engage. Oh man, who the heck wanted to buy that? But check it out. Made by Nokia. 2003. 3 million sales. Wow, look at 3 million sales. Phew. That was a piece of crap, that was. Then, which I just mentioned before, Intellivision. What a weird name. Made by Mattel. 1980. 3 million sales. Okay. Color TV game, the one I mentioned at the start. Okay. Made by Nintendo. 1977. 3 million sales. Alright. When we talk about these 3 million sales, okay, these are just about 3 million. But the Panasonic 3DO sold a bit more than 3 million, you know. So that one comes tops from the 3 million sales systems. All right. Yeah. As we got a lot of systems with 3 million. So we got Engage, Intellivision, Color TV game. Okay. When you look at Color TV game made by Nintendo, that was back in 1977, right? They got 3 million sales from an old system, man. Nintendo was already good at making games consoles and they sold really, really well. 1977 games console, huh? Got 3 million sales. Very, very impressive indeed. But in terms of all 3 million sales, Panasonic 3DO is tops. Now we know how many machines came front of Panasonic 3DO. So we're looking at 1. We're looking at 12 games consoles before Panasonic 3DO. Panasonic 3DO whiplashed 12 games console. Always top best-selling games consoles. Obviously, Panasonic 3DO sales aren't great. It's just that the time they released it, didn't they? And the price tag was so high. And that's why nobody could actually afford them systems. Yeah. As I was saying, it was a very expensive system. I thought 3DO company could have been much better than what they are because Panasonic 3DO was a far more powerful than these machines. Look at these systems. These are all pathetic hardware. All the 12 systems I mentioned, they were pathetic. Except for Atari Jaguar, which is 64-bit. I don't really think that system was 64-bit, It really wasn't. They say that, but it wasn't. Because if you look at the Atari Jaguar, it was really a 32-bit games console. Does any of the games look 64-bit? No. None of them do. Come on, man. Take a look at every single flipping game on it. None of the games look like 64-bit to me. I'll be honest with you. I don't think any game looks 32-bit on it. It doesn't look at that level. There's only 2 games I can think of just looked good enough. Aliens versus Predator, Iron Soldier. That is all. 2 flipping games that really looked the thing for the system. What is that nonsense? Was Atari making a fool of the public, making some rubbish like that? Was that really a system 64-bit? It's just about flipping the games look 32-bit. And if you look at Panasonic 3DO, it was far better than all of these machines. Sega Mega Drive, Sega Mega Drive 32X, Sega Mega CD is far more powerful than these. These systems are all weak. Then we got Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo, and these Nintendo games consoles were weak also. Then we got SNK, Neo Geo AES, SNK Neo Geo CD. These systems were all in 2D hardware as well. It was far more powerful than them as well. Then we got Atari Jaguar. That wasn't that good either. To me, it seems to me it was a weak hardware. That couldn't be a strong hardware at all. None of the software looks of the level of 32-bit system. It doesn't. Looks terrible. And if you look at Panasonic 3DO, Panasonic 3DO had the level of Sega Saturn and Sony PlayStation, It was that advanced. In most majority gaming, right, it had much better games than Sega Saturn. If we look at Sony PlayStation, yeah, Sony PlayStation did take most majority of Panasonic 3DO games, and then he added few bits and bats on top. Games like Ridge Racer 4, Tekken 3, Street Fighter EX2 plus Alpha, Wipeout 3, Gran Turismo 2, he added stuff like that. If you look all the games I've mentioned, the extra games that he produced, right, which were PlayStation exclusives, right? Ridge Racer Type 4 cannot be played by everybody. With its weird gameplay style, when the car just goes, slides left and right too much. The cars are really hard to control, man. If you can't control the cars, you won't enjoy this game anyway. Gran Turismo 2 is a real driving simulator. That's only for people who like licenses. If you don't like that kind of gameplay, you're gonna find this game really boring. I mentioned Wipeout 3. Wipeout 3. I literally don't think Wipeout is the best sci-fi futuristic racing game. I really prefer the Panasonic 3DO game, uh, Crash and Burn and Mega Race. I think them games are better than this Wipeout game. Wipeout game was far too difficult. The ships are just going too fast, and they are really hard to control, man. It's really impossible to play that damn game. You can't really go, you can't get far in that game anyway. So you got games like that. Then I mentioned Tekken 3. To me, Tekken 3, well, it was a 3D fighter. I don't find it very appealing, to be honest, for my kind of taste. I prefer the newer Tekken games. I didn't think Tekken 3 was that good. You play it, then you play for a few times, it does get boring really quickly, man. There's not much variety to the game, really. If you look at the Panasonic 3D games, right? Games like, what can we say? Uh, Samurai Showdown is a great version of the SNK arcade game. Looks really great. Uh, Super Street Fighter 2X Grandmaster Challenge. You probably think that was on PlayStation as well. But the PlayStation version was terrible. It was rubbish, man. That's why I didn't mention it from the list. I didn't like it on that. Then another Panasonic 3D game was Way of the Warrior, which is pretty good game as well. There were some good games on Panasonic 3D. But I think the biggest classic is Super Street Fighter 2X Grandmaster Challenge. I don't think this version of Street Fighter game came on PlayStation. I can be wrong, but I've never seen it. The only system I saw that game on was the Sega Dreamcast. Yeah, the Sega Dreamcast. I think it was on that. It's on that. I saw it on that. I think it's only on Panasonic 3DO and Sega Dreamcast. It's not on any other platform. If we look at both of these versions, they're both quality. But which version is actually better? I would say the Panasonic 3DO. The reason for saying that, when we look at the Sega Dreamcast version, it's got like online modes on there. But the online modes can be only played in Japan. It's just completely pointless playing that game, really. It's not really worth it. Another game that I mentioned was on the PlayStation was Street Fighter. No, Street Fighter 3, sorry. Street Fighter EX2 plus Alpha. Oh, well, it's a good game, but it's good, but the characters tend to look like blocks, don't they? It doesn't have the best graphics in Street Fighter games, well. It's got some good mechanism, like they cancel visiting or Duke it, and they put another move on it. It isn't the best Street Fighter game, in my opinion. The one Panasonic 3D owns, even it's only just the one, Super Street Fighter 2X Grandmaster Challenge, it's not good as that. It's not good as that. Can you see even the modern games that the Sony PlayStation owned? They're not good as the Panasonic 3D games. I can keep on speaking for ages here if I wanted to. For ages. And both platforms, the Panasonic 3DO and Sony PlayStation, had a game called made by Namco, Starblade. Which version is literally better? You know what? Should I be honest with you? The Panasonic 3DO is good as the Sony PlayStation version. Yeah. I wouldn't bother with the Sony PlayStation version. It's keep on losing every time when I keep on mentioning a game. Starblade on Panasonic 3DO is good as Sony PlayStation. But if the Panasonic 3DO version is good as that, then why would you get the Sony PlayStation version? There's no point. Even the Sony PlayStation version, it was called Starblade Alpha. There's nothing to do with Alpha in that game. There's nothing in there. To be honest, I prefer the Panasonic 3DO version. So we can see Sega Mega Drive, Mega Drive 2X, Mega CD, NES, Super Nintendo, Asaka Neo AS, Asaka Neo CD, Atari Jaguar, Sam PlayStation. It's better than all these systems. Look at that. Even the systems produced nowadays, right? The one with top sales, man. Big sales. You know the systems like Microsoft Xbox One and Sony PS4. What the heck do they even have? All of the games that they're producing, they come from PCs. And how many exclusives do they have to their systems? Trust me, both platforms don't have that much. You guys can say whatever you want. There aren't that many games on there which are exclusives. But if you look Panasonic 3DO when that was out, they had lots of exclusives under the names. You know what? They made really different games like Battle Chess. Among my Panasonic 3DO games. You know, it's a chess game, right? So basically, you got this 3D grid, or usually, the chess. You got like real life people on there. Yeah. You know, when you move them, they walk. They go tick, tick, tick. They're like knights and stuff like that. They walk with their swords and all that. And you know, when the person gets here, they show this close thing with the two guys. So the person who beats you and the other guy, they will both take their swords out. They go. This game's really incredible, man, for a chess game. Really impressive. Another game that I thought was really good was Gridders. So you got this 3D grid, right? You got these 3D cubes rolling in 3D. And then you got this boy and a dog. Usually, this game's a puzzler. It's a puzzle game. A puzzle game's like Tetris columns, just moving shapes up and down. But this is showing like movements of 3D blocks moving on there, right? Like, the shapes that we see in Tetris columns. You can see the cubes in 3D moving properly in 3D. It's not like a flat view. It's like a proper 3D view angle of this game. And this boy and this dog's walking on it. And he's avoiding these blocks. This game is really incredible. This is another game that, is just incredible. And it's got like good racing games and good fighting classics like Samurai Showdown, Super Street Fighter 2X Grandmaster Challenge, and Way of the Warrior. There's a lot of variety to this system. Even if people bought this system still right now, you'll be very impressed. So now you know Panasonic 3DO sold 3 million worldwide. There were 12 systems before this which sold even worse than this machine. So Panasonic 3DO is the 13th system. So there's 12 more machines before this which sold worse. Panasonic 3DO, in my opinion, is a 13th system in the sales category lineup of games consoles. So Panasonic 3DO is a great system. You should get one, purchase it. In my opinion, there's only 3 top games consoles that I've been very impressed of. I've played every single system now, looking at all of them. My personal favorite are all games consoles, every single one of them is. Because I think he has a most majority of exclusives and quality games. Panasonic 3DO 32-bit multiplayer gaming machine is one of my favorite games console of all time. It's got all the best state-of-the-art games and top quality gameplay in these games. And some of these games are quite original when you play them. You'll find out when you play them. Another one I really like has legendary shooters and fighting games. I don't tend to prefer to play too many shooters and fighting games because I think that is just too much. You can go for SNK Need UAS and SNK Need U City. You can go for that one. That one's a really good one as well. And another modern system, which is a bit newer than these, is the Sega Dreamcast. That is pretty good. It's not one of my favorites. Panasonic 3D is my favorite because Panasonic 3D's got it's got games from every single developer you see. Even even one developer made one game for each on the Panasonic 3DO. They've made quality games on it. Yeah, they made quality games. It's a really great system, so it's one of my favorites of all of these games console. In my next video, we're going to be talking about Panasonic 3DO games, which are one of the best unique exclusive games to the system. Trust me, it has really impressive lineup of games on this system. Don't just look at it, it's an old system back in the past games. You gotta think that some of these games are better than the games we got in modern gaming. They're a lot better than them. Trust me, they're better. Even the sequels could not improve from the Panasonic 3D games, as I told you in my previous video. They didn't improve whatsoever. So anyway, so watch out for my next video where we're going to be talking about its exclusive game to the Panasonic 3DO system. Panasonic, as I told, was the company who was doing everything for it, manufacturing it, marketing. He was doing everything with the system. He's doing a lot of hard work for it. So there you have it. Hope you guys love my video today. Give your likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.